Hi everybody, welcome back to Brilliant Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're doing well and having yourself a beautiful day. Today I need to make plant hangers, so I thought why not do it together with you. I usually just go the simple way, but I know there's many ways out there which are easy and simple. But I'm going to show you what I do, which I call easy and simple, and which works for me and has worked for me over the years, and has never in any way failed me, and that's why I keep on doing it that way. So I've got my cord and my scissors. Before I start, I want to show you, I usually do two kinds, well, or three, but the other one, they're more or less, it's the same thing, honestly. So I'll say two kinds. I usually just do two kinds. You get this one. I wish I had a pot I can use, but you get this one, which is just three-way cord. It's just three. You can see, it's just three. So you can see I used about 3, 6, 9. I used about 9 cords for it, and then no, it actually sits like this. I used about 9 cords for it, and then I tied 3 cords together, which then at the end I end up with just 3 cords tied, 3 tight cords. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. And your pot, all you get with this one is a very easy, simple one, not complicated at all. It's not very secure, but it does the job. So if you're placing it in an area where no one will bump it, no one will, it will do the job. I've never had them fall. I've never had my plants, except this one time, but nonetheless, and no one bumped it. Still a mystery. But anyway, literally your pot will just sit in there. I'm trying to see what I can use, which plant I can use. We can use this beautiful alocasia of mine. So literally your plant will just sit like that. That's it. That's your 3-way. You can have it 4 ways. There's some I've done 4 ways where I've got 4 cords, I've added 1 more. So it's super easy. This one is easy. But the one I'm making today is a more secure one, which is, once you've tied this, you're going to separate it secures your plant. Maybe I can show you with with a plant here. Okay, like this one here, there's more cords going here. I've got about 4. So can you see that it hugs your pot, and there's more it's not going anywhere, it's more secure. Even if someone bumps it or something happens, this pot is not going anywhere. It's not going to fall out of that macrame. So that's what I'm making today, something similar. But this one, you can see it's got, I used the 4-way method, 4 cords method, not 3 cords methods. And the one I'm going to make now is the 3-cord method one. Yeah, so I hope it makes sense, but let's get into the video. I'm sure everything will come together as we do this. I'm not gonna try and explain it. You have to see me do it. Okay, so all you need is your macrame cord. They come in all different colors. Now I love mine just as it is, plain, original color. I don't like it. Yeah, no. I have one I got from Charlotte, which is light brown. That's how far I could compromise where color is concerned. And I must say I've grown to love it. But that's about it. I love this one. I just love this color. I'm not a fan of other colors. But if you're a colorful person who wants to bring color in your home, trust me, they come in a variety of colors. Okay, enough with that. So I've got about 2, 4, 6 strings No, now it's up to you. You need to first decide how long from wherever you're gonna hang that macrame or that plant, how long you want it to hang from, like how high, that's the right word, how high you want it to hang. So with me, most of my macrame cords are more or less the same size. So once you've decided how high you want it to hang, you will know how much string you need, like how long your strings should be, and be mindful of the fact that you're going to have to fold it in half. So this is exactly what you'll be working with. This is what you'll be working with. So this is going to determine how high or low your plant is going to be hanging, not this, not this. Okay, so I know how high I want mine, so it's going to be the same size as this. Can you see? To get this, you need this much. To get this long macrame cord, you need this much. I'm not gonna measure it. I'm not. You want me to measure it? But nonetheless, that's it. So once you fold it, remember, unfolded, you are working with six strings. Once you fold it like this, you are working with 12. Don't cut it here because that's where you want your hook. Now, I don't use hooks. I use another cord and then I hook it on a nail or whatever it is I'm hanging this on. Okay? So once you've folded it, you're working with 12, right? So I've folded it. There we go. Now I'm going to tilt my camera that you can see exactly what I am doing. Otherwise, it will be just my face, you see. Just move everything away. All you need is scissors, by the way, and your cord. And if you want to put a ring, I'll give you an example with my keys. Oh, that's so ugly. My keys are so ugly. But don't look at the keys, okay? Just look at the ring. If you want to put the ring, this is the time before you start to put your ring in. So basically, you will do this. Now, I don't want to put a ring in. Oh, goodness. I wish I had a ring to show you, but I don't. I'm going to show you with my keys. So basically, this is the time before you tie a knot to put in your ring there. Because with the ring is what you will use to hook on anything you're hanging this on. Then you can make your knot, you know, before you do anything. We get it? Okay, fine. Now, I'm not going to be using a ring. So let's put away my keys. I'm not going to worry about the fact that my strings are not equal because at the end of the day, I'm just going to level it out. So I'm not going to stress myself with that. What you want to make sure is you get your middle right. Now, I think I've gotten my middle right. And once you realize, or once you know you've gotten your middle right, then you tie your knot like so. You see, now with me, this is where I will be weaving in my other cord to hang this thing. So you just make sure that it's tight. Sometimes it looks a bit weird, but I'm just making sure that it's secure, it's tight. I'm not gonna untie this. I don't like it when other cords are coming out somehow. I'm trying to, this one is a bit, but anyway, you just trying to get it right. Okay, so you tie that. Now you've tied it, so now you're working with all this. All right, I'm just gonna move my plant away and things away. All right, then you lay that on your table. nice and flat. Now if you have something, it's nice if you have something to hang this on and do it from a place where you are hanging it, but maybe let me do that. Alrighty, so here's my knot. I'm gonna use this just to hook it here. I need a bigger one, just wait. I'm gonna use this. I've got a bigger one. I've got one of these. So I've got two sizes of these, the smaller one and the, okay, then you obviously put that right in the middle there. So there we go. Now I'm gonna show you how I do this. Right, I need to move the camera to the back. Right, now you can see me. Now remember, we're working with 12 strings, so you're going to divide that by 3. So you're going to take 4 strings at a time. You divide that by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you're gonna take 4 strings at a time. You take the first 4, you tie it together. Okay, now because I'm hanging these right next to each other, I'm gonna have them next to each other to measure them to be the same. I've already done this one, and because I'm gonna be hanging them close next to each other or close to each other, I want them to be at the same height. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So if that's what you're trying to achieve, it's good to use the first one you started with as your measuring tape kind of a thing. Okay, so you want everything to fall at the same place, right? So you take the first 4, ignore this one for now, I'm just using it to measure this one. You take the first 4 and you tie it. You just tie it together. Just a simple knot. Nothing fancy. Right? So there we go. I've gotten my measurement. I can put that away. Then I take the next 4. And we're going to tie that together. All right. Okay. There. They must all be at the same place. Otherwise, maybe it doesn't bother you, but it bothers me. The last thing you want is to have a knot here and a knot there and a knot there, and they're not like, you know, yeah, you want it neat. And just because it's a DIY doesn't mean, you know, you still care how it looks. I mean, at the shop, if you were buying it, you will be inspecting this thing because you are paying for it and you care how it looks, right? And if it looked anything weird, you wouldn't buy it, would you? So I don't know. I believe it's the same when you're making something for yourself. You want to apply the same mindset, you know. So we finished the first 3. So that's what happened. I took cords in 4 and I tied knots. So this is what you have. You have now 3 cords, you know, 3 cords, you know, yeah, 3 cords, you know, 3 knots, yeah, 3 knotted cords, yeah. Then here's the tricky part. If I was just doing that simple one, which I say, if you have kids who are running around and you're hanging it in the middle of the room and it can easily be bumped, this one, you'll be done by now. All you'll have to do is just tie the knot and you're done, and you can put your plant in there. Literally, you're done. You are done. You just tie your knot. Let me just show you. And you get plant, and you get your plant, and you're done. You're done. Yeah, there we go. If you were doing something like this, you'll be done. I don't even have to show you this next time. There we go. I've just shown you how to do two different what? How to make a macrame in 2 ways. Yeah, 2 ways, right? So, but because that's not what I'm doing today, I want this one that is a bit more secure. After you've tied those knots where you have like 3 knotted strings, you're gonna take from this first group of 4 that is knotted together, you're gonna take just 2, and from the other one take 2 and tie those together. You see, I'm gonna take 2, so I'm just taking 2 from this one. I'm taking 2, I'm leaving that 2 alone, and from this one next to it I'm taking 2 and I'm leaving the other 2 alone. So then you tie that together. I hope you can see, but again, you want to get the length right. Okay, I think it's more or less what it should be. Yeah, okay, and get rid of that. So once you've done that, basically, if you take this one we haven't touched yet away, you are left with something like this. You've taken 2 from this one and 2 from this one, and you're left with something like this. Okay, now we're gonna take 2 from this one we haven't taken anything from and tie it with the leftover 2 from the other cord. I don't know if I make sense, but I hope you're following. And I tie that together, making sure your knot falls on the same spot. Okay, and now you've got this, right? Now you need to tie these 2 together. You get it? Now you need to tie these 2 together. You can do this with as many cords as you want to. I'm just using a 3-way cord method. You can use 4-way, you can use 5, you can use 6. That means you'll just have many cords running here. So making sure that it falls the same spot with others, which it didn't, and that bothers me a great deal. So I'm going to loosen it up a bit. Yeah, I'm going to loosen that up a bit. And we're going to push it a bit up. There you go, and push it down again. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Right, so what do you have? Remember when you opened it, you had those. Now you've connected the dots. Now you've got this. Let me show you with a pot, because now you've got this. See, all I need to do is tie it up. That's all I need to do, and we're done. All right, I hope it made sense. I hope it was clear. Now we're going to tie it, and the way I do it, sometimes you'll check around my house, I must be honest, there's times where I just tie a knot, a simple knot like I did on the top there, and I'm done. Basically, like literally a basic simple knot, and I'm done, like that, you know, like that. And I cut my strings to be a bit equal, and we are done. But this time I'm not doing that. And the other way I do it is I take another piece of cord, and by the way, you can use any cord you like. It doesn't have to be a macrame cord. As long as it's strong enough to hold your plants, you're fine. Okay, remember, we want them to be the same. So I'm gonna see where I start tying. Right there. So the way I do it, I'm gonna bring you closer. Okay, and I'm gonna tilt my camera down that you can see. So I want it the same. I want it the same. So there we go. So we ignore this one. So the way I do it then, it's like plaiting. Then you you tie tightly a cord around to secure this together, and you see, like that, you tie it around. You can go as far as, and then you're done. And then I tie it, use the same cord, and tie it up. I do a few of those because I want it to be secure. Don't want to be sitting one day and the next thing you hear is a plant falling from wherever. So there we go. All done. All done. There we go. They are the same. Then you take your scissors and you want to cut it the same. Then you throw away that, and we are done. And you can get in your pot in there. There we go. Let's get 2 pots for you. So yeah, that's it. That's it from me for today. It's been fun. I hope I've inspired someone out there. These things have been around for a long time, and I know many people know how to do it and how to make it for themselves. And you know, most of you are not seeing it for the first time. Most of you know exactly how to make it for yourself, even more extravagant than this. But believe me, there might be someone out there who's never thought of it and doesn't know how to do it and would like to know how to do it. And I hope this is helpful to you. And yeah, go make yourself macrame hangers.